children are missing.
No, we don't know the news. I don't know. That's Fox News. That's Fox News. Listen, I need you to save the party.
Pay attention.
Save the party.
Marjorie Taylor Greene and Jamaal Bowman got into it in front of press and whoever else may be walking by. What they're yelling about, we're gonna find out a little bit more, but here's another angle of it. That was just a piece of this argument. Here's another angle, watch.
Expel him. We gotta save the party. The party's hanging by a thread.
We gotta get rid of Biden to save the country.
The party's hanging by a thread. You gotta save the party. Listen, no more QAnon. No more MAGA.
No more CNN.
No more debt ceiling nonsense. Come on now. Save the party.
No, we gotta save
America.
the country.
Save the children.
Save the
Do
country.
something about guns.
Right, so close the border.
Invest in
close
education.
the border. Save the children.
The border is what Trump
children?
left.
Hey,
What
where are all the kids? Where are all the migrant children?
Kids?
You guys have
We're
lost
accepting them. We love
no,
them.
You've lost them.
We love the
There's
migrant
tens
children.
Of thousands
We lost
missing.
them.
You can't find them.
What are you
That's
talking
your
about?
administration.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, migrant children are missing. You don't know the news.
No, we don't know the news.
Oh, you were sadly listening before. Hey, let me tell you something,
Listen,
Jamal.
I need you to
Not
save
very
the party.
smart. You should pay attention. She ain't worth it, bro.
Save the party.
She ain't worth it, bro. She ain't worth it. She ain't worth it.
Quick cameo from AOC. They're pulling Jamaal Bowman away. She ain't worth it, bro. She's not worth it. And I think she would know, considering AOC has stalked her for some time now, even before she was in office. But this confrontation, the reasons why this went down is because this took place after House Republicans defeated an attempt by Democrats to expel the previously mentioned George Santos from Congress. This being in response to his indictment last week on 13 counts, in case you guys forgot, 13, including fraud. While Republicans defeated the attempt 221 to 204, several Republican members of Congress have called on him to resign, not to get him out, because that's a line a bit too far for them. They're just gonna ask him, pretty please, hey, criminal, who's we don't really know who you are. Will you get honest for a second and resign over all the things that we have discovered? No, they know he won't. That's why they're only asking for that. Manu Raju pointed this out. He said on the steps, Santos told reporters that he would accept what the ethics committee recommends. I'm confident that I will fight to clear my name. And he was sounding as he was defending himself, though. Bowman and AOC began to heckle him, is the way Manu Raju pointed out. And Santos shouted back and said to AOC, how's your ethics play going? So there's the battle out in front of everyone now. Actually, let's look at Bowman and AOC giving him the business.
Continue to address you guys because there's a deranged member here, so I'm gonna watch.
That's all that went down, and then afterwards, apparently, Bowman hung around for a little bit more, extracurricular arguments. What's your thoughts here, Jackson?
I mean, look, what I was gonna say is, MTG, love her or hate her. One, she is legitimately nuts, and two, she ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? Like she really isn't. Like she's one of those people, despite the fact that she's nuts and pretty much everything she says and never pushes is just, coming out of left field. She'll go toe to toe with you. So it makes for great content, which actually is why she's popular and why she plays a strong part within the GOP party. But that's one of the things I like about Jamaal Bowman too, because every other time you see him in the news, he's, speaking his mind and he's speaking it more or less for the people and he's going toe to toe. And we need that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? We need people who aren't afraid to go toe to toe, whether it be in a shouting match or actually when it comes to passing policy. But, you can't fight the forces if you don't actually throw punches. So I just thought it was funny. But every time I see MTG, I'll be like, yo, she crazy for real. Like she really doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? She one of those people. When you're fueled, I guess, by hate, you have a big tank. You can run for a long time on it. MAGA has definitely proven that to us. Because apparently in 2020, he still hasn't lost. That guy is still on that trip. I'm glad you brought up the way Bowman approached these things, because I like it too. And there was another time he was in the middle of, he was in the halls, at least in the general area, I believe in Congress. And he was talking to cameras and one of the congressmen walked by him and decided to get into it with him as well. He'll carry on, he will engage. And that's the thing, I think it attracts folks to really think about some of these representatives to see if they're actually representing us. Because if you just see them kind of only talk in 4.5, 5 hour long sessions that nobody watches unless they are like, they watch C-SPAN like ESPN, they're not gonna see it.
or unless they pop up on Morning Joe or on Fox News and start saying things. So I like that he engages because it will cause people to see what's going on. They can be in small 30-second to minute-long snippets like we saw here, and people will begin to understand, there's some Democrats who are actually fighting and not just being tight-lipped and hoping that things work out the way that maybe it will, out of fear. He's showing them something different here. I just want him to maybe cut off another minute sooner. I feel like that discussion went a little too long because, again, who wants to keep propping up Marjorie?
Well, this is a situation where a little more is better than a little too little. You know what I'm saying? However the hell you say that, I just butchered that. I tried to give like a good old wise saying. It didn't come out correctly.
A little
too
more
much is better than too little sometimes.
Or not enough. One of them.
Yeah, too much or not enough. There you go.
We'll work on it.